There's a silent and ruthless war going on in the world of photography. Flash versus continuous light. For decades, we portrait photographers have looked at LED lights with a certain snobbery. We were used to the finishing blows of our 600-watt strobes. LEDs cost too much, they weren't powerful enough, and they weighed like anvils. And let's be honest, the light quality was just plain bad, with greenish tints that were impossible to fix. But the industry is changing at a frightening speed. Today I have here on set the Godox Litemons LE200Bi, a bicolor LED light that costs about 250 euros. Godox was kind enough to send it to my studio to test it out. I want to say right away though, they didn't pay me for this video. I've been as honest as possible to give you my opinions, both positive and negative, in the little time I've had to try out this light. The question you often ask me is, Emanuele, can I finally throw away the flashes and take professional portraits using only continuous light, maybe even a cheap one? Let me start with a key premise. I'm a proud flash user, meaning I love flash. I'm not some technical lab reviewer in a white coat. And today, I won't bore you to death with spectrometers, boring charts, or lux measurements at a distance of 3 meters. Today we're getting serious. We're mounting 3 different modifiers on this little beast right here, and soon I'll show you in the studio live with a model who'll be here how I tested this light and if it has the soul to create a high-level portrait in the real world. What's up guys? I'm Emanuele Nasonte, professional portrait photographer. Welcome to my studio here in Warsaw, the place where we strip photography of its false myths. We also talk about technique, psychology and real life on set. Before we start, I know what you're thinking. Emanuele, this video is sponsored by Godox since they sent you the light. But actually, no. A huge plot twist. Today's video, as always, is sponsored by Several. Yes, you heard that right. Several supports the channel and the creation of this technical content for you. It's thanks to partners like them that I can maintain my total independence in judging equipment. So a huge thanks to Several. You can find the link in the description along with the link to buy this Godox light, should you feel it's appropriate to buy it. Anyway, you're going to like what you see. Just a reminder that I post new videos every Tuesday and every Friday, so subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Let's dive right in here in my studio. I don't want any toys, no toys allowed on my set. Taking this LE200B out of the box, the first surprise was a physical one. It's heavy because it weighs about 3 kilos. Speaking of the box, here's the first flaw. It arrives at your door in cardboard with styrofoam. There's no carrying bag included. Basically, you'll have to put in some effort. If you're shooting on location, you'll need another way to carry it. The light is available in black or white. I had them send me. Obviously the black one, as you've seen. And 90% of the outer shell is metal, as is the Bowen's mount ring, which is literally rock solid. On the bracket, there's also a convenient hole for umbrellas. It's crazy for this price range. Underneath, there's even a 5-pin DMX input and output for more complex setups. The weight, however, is a double-edged sword. I'll tell you the truth, I'm a bit afraid to hang it on a boom arm, and honestly, I didn't want to risk it. I'm using it, for example, right now on a simple but sturdy stand that has wheels at the bottom. Another flaw is that it's a pure studio light. There's no way to mount integrated batteries. Want to use it outdoors? You can, but you'll need a nice big external power bank of at least 300 watts with a pure sine wave. The thing I absolutely love about this light here is that it has no external power bricks. Cable behind the light, plug in the wall, that's it. No cables in the way, clean setup. Well, now let's talk about light. It's a bicolor light, ranging from 2800 to 6500 Kelvin. To the naked eye, The light leans slightly green, but it's a minor thing that's fixed in an instant. And for videographers via the Godox Bluetooth app, you can set the fan to auto, so it stays completely off until it's at 10% power. But the real advantage of continuous light isn't just that you'll see the exposure in camera, but it's the creative management of white balance. We photographers like to cheat to create art. Let me give you a practical example. You're in your studio. There's a window letting in daylight right now, even though there's actually a window right here behind the softbox. Let's pretend this is the window because it's evening as I'm recording this video. Maybe you want to create a portrait with nighttime cinematic vibes with a deep blue background, but you don't have colored gels. How do you do it? Simple, you take your Godox LE200Bi, you set it to 3200 Kelvin for a very warm light. Now I'll show you. Okay, I'm yellow enough, now let's take the camera and manually set the white balance to 3200 Kelvin, which will, let's say, match the setting of the LED light. There, the camera handles the orange light, making the skin tone neutral, but it'll take the daylight from the window, or my softbox in this case, and push it heavily towards deep blue. You've created night in the middle of the day just by turning a dial. This is magic, guys. Guys, let's take a quick break. If you've made it this far and are finding value, stop for a second. Leave a like on this video, subscribe, and also head down to the comments. The algorithm is hungry and we have to feed it. Write the word continue in the comments, like continuous light. See what a great invention I've made, all in caps. I want to see how many true enthusiasts are here today. Done. Great, let's go shoot. But enough talking about spec sheets. Today we're getting our hands dirty. We're here in the studio with Inka, today's model from Ukraine, who will pose for us in this field test. Hi Inka, thanks for being here.
Hi.
Okay, as the first modifier, I'm simply mounting a 120 centimeter softbox attached to this light. I must say that the Bowens mount is really well made, very stable, it doesn't move at all, so I could mount such a heavy bank. And at first I'm taking some very simple photos. I mean, this is just to show you how the light becomes soft. And the educational advantage of an LED light is truly incredible because what you see is what you get. Anyway, this is a first test with the 120 centimeter. You can also see how the light wraps around the subject beautifully, and look at the very soft transition between light and shadow. And finally, this nice catch light, very vivid and large in the eye. This modifier is quite forgiving, let's say, but let's move on and see what happens when we change the modifier and put on an 85 centimeter one. Okay, here you see me taking down the 120 softbox. The difficulty you see here that I had in unhooking it is absolutely not due to any problem with the light itself, but simply because the position here was particularly awkward. But I reassure you that the Bowens mount is truly fantastic. One of the best I've seen around, and here I'm already mounting the 85 centimeter. With the 85 centimeter, I want to show you how decreasing the diameter changes the lighting on the subject, even if only slightly, of course. Take a look, for example, at how the shadow under the chin becomes sharper. We also have more contrast and the light fall off is faster too. The light, in short, is crispier, more directional, and it's great, for example, for dramatic portraits. You can also see from these shots a slight difference in the catch light inside the eye, which is a bit smaller because naturally the modifier is smaller. This is one of my favorite modifiers. I'll leave the link for this one in the description too, check it out. And now we'll do the final test with a beauty dish with a honeycomb grid. Alright, and here I am mounting, well, the beauty dish with the honeycomb grid. You can see indeed how high contrast everything is, and practically with a beauty dish of this type. What you need to do is definitely also turn up the light power, because it significantly lowers, let's say, the number of stops inside the beauty dish. Because Well, the beauty dish having the grid cuts out quite a bit of light. And a beauty dish generally is a light that's somewhere between hard and soft light, and it also naturally depends on the distance of the light from the subject. In this case I was positioned about a meter and a half from the model, so the light is quite hard. You can see very well how the shadows are sharp, and here I tried to do more or less a Rembrandt and so light the model in this way. You can see very well how it carves out much more, how the contrast is very sharp, edgy, how everything is very clearly visible. And here the beauty dish obviously isn't very kind to the subject's skin. So use it with caution, but naturally with subjects this young. With beautiful skin you can also try this type of lighting. I have to say that here the Godox performed very well. It handled the power easily and it doesn't even heat up that much. Finally, I'll put a photo here, the finished photo, the one I thought of as the symbol, let's say, of this session. Let's say the shot that among all those we took is a bit more unique, the one that I liked the most. And I post-processed it in black and white to use it for my portfolio as well. I've also already posted it on my Instagram. Alright, let's come back here, sit down for a moment and think about it calmly. You've seen the results, but let's be clear about the physical drawbacks of using an LED for photography. First, this is a 220 watt light. It's powerful, sure, but unless you shoot at wide open apertures like f1.4 or f1.8, forget about being able to use the ISO 100 that a flash gives you, for example. You'll often be forced to raise the ISO. Second drawback. Perhaps the most significant one. I see it as very tough to put it at maximum power, blasting for 2 hours on the face of a model or a client. The eyes suffer terribly from it, and here in Poland most people have light-colored eyes, which are even more sensitive to these continuous lights. In this regard, the quick burst of a flash is infinitely more convenient. So, to conclude, can you do professional photography with a light like this? Absolutely yes, but mind you, if an experienced professional photographer does it, then it's easy to use a light like this. Don't think, however, that by buying a light like this you'll magically take the same kind of photos. Remember that it's the skill that counts, guys, and it's how you read the light, not how much you paid for it. To start with, it's really great. In fact, I highly recommend it, but equipment doesn't perform miracles. I remind you that in the description you'll find the link to check out this Godox. Anyway, I thank Godox again for sending me this light, and I also thank Several for sponsoring the video. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of video, this review a bit strange in my style, or if maybe you'd prefer those boring reviews like everyone else does. I can try that too. Even though I don't think I'm good at it, there are people better than me at doing those things. But I'm keen to know in the comments what you think of this kind of video, if you'd like me to bring you more. Before saying goodbye, my series Your Portraits Analysis and Advice continues. It will have a very elegant and recognizable font on the cover. If you want me to analyze your best shots, or for work collaborations, send everything to my emails. You'll find all the details down here in the description. And if you want to zoom in 200% to count the skin pores of the models I photograph daily, also check out my Instagram profile, Emanuele Nasonte Fotografia, which will appear here somewhere, and there I post many behind the scenes. Those who follow me already know what to expect from this social media of mine. Study the light, guys, love it whether it's a flash or a continuous LED. Leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Remember, either Tuesday or Friday. Bye.